What's up? We're live on YouTube. What's up, everybody? BPL here with Derek's Reptiles. What's up,
What
Derek?
what the freak is up? Big BPL in the building. I see you. Derek's Reptiles, man. What's the deal, B man? Where you been at, man? Where you been hiding?
Sick?
Oh shit, you had the vid?
Nah. So we had our Christmas Friday. I couldn't do it because we had our Christmas party, and I ended up drinking like 18 beers. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my fault on last week, man. I ended up doing I tried to get this dude, but he wanted specifically our day, and I'm just like, man, I really wanted him because Dan the Turtle, man, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he's built an insane following on YouTube. Almost 200,000 followers on YouTube. Ain't that crazy?
That is insanely crazy.
Off turtles, bro.
That's cool, though.
Turtles is turtles are boring. 200,000 people said I want to see him do shit with turtles. Ain't that something? You got to be an insane content creator to do that.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is about that shit, man. So how's your animals doing, man? I know you got a lot of new ones.
Good. Basilisk get to eat tomorrow. They were fed yesterday. Um, Tortoise is doing well. All the snakes are doing well. What's up, everybody in the chat, by the way? Hopefully, you guys are all doing great.
When can we see the basilisk or any the Chinese water dragons eating a pinky? That's what we want to see.
They got to get bigger first.
What? They can't eat a baby one? A super small newborn?
Nah, I'm not risking it. Not yet.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's what's up, man. You ready for the holiday? What you man? Is your lady around you?
She's probably watching right now.
She's not watching because she would have said "I love you, baby" or something.
Nah, she lurks in the background.
Well, shit, you have to text me what you getting for Christmas, bro. You got a good
Sure.
idea? Don't lie.
No.
You don't know what you're getting your lady for Christmas? Oh, shame on you, David. I just kidding. You supposed to lie, bro. Even if you don't know, lie. What you get? If you don't mind me asking, what'd you get her for last Christmas?
Can't remember.
What'd I get my wife? I think I got her.
New
I want to say,
TV?
huh?
I think it was new TV.
Oh, did you get her a new TV?
That was last year, yeah, or the year before. I don't know, dude.
You
More
know,
about it's about the kids more for us now than
I agree. I agree. It's about my son too. My son gonna get a lot of shit, but for Christmas, me and my wife, we got different ideas of how Christmas is supposed to be. Like she thinks you're supposed to look at a person and guess what they want. Like, I picked this for you, Merry Christmas. I don't think Christmas is supposed to be like that. I think Christmas is that one time a year where you can be like, baby, I really want this. This is one thing for the whole year. Like, I want to tell you what I get. Like, if I say, honey, I want $100 gift card to PetSmart. That's legit what I want. If you show me some Nikes, I'm gonna be pissed because I'm gonna be like, I told you I want. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. What do you think it's supposed to be? Like, you think it's just they supposed to get you? Now, she still gets me, shit that she wants me to have, but she also gets me that one thing that I asked for. Is that crazy?
no, that's not bad.
Like, I don't want to look at my son and be like, okay, this is what daddy got for you. I want my son to be like, well, I want this for Christmas, and daddy goes and get that shit. You know what I mean?
It only takes a little bit of time to make it like this. Okay.
Anyways, man, what's up to everybody in the chat, man? Heads and Tails, Lofty, ASMR, Morbid, Bosa. Great show on the Trap Talk, Bosa, man. I was there for the whole thing. I watched it. Great show. Tamitha's Reptiles. Shout out to Tamitha's Reptiles, Reptile Dysfunction. Everybody in the chat, man, this is the show where we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the hobby, man. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the show, Big David, man. Before we flash the first topic, um, let's talk about Florida, man, because I think that this topic coincides with Florida, man. What if let's talk about some of the problems. What do you foresee if Florida manages to ban every single reptile and you can't keep them no more? What are some of the problems that you could see them facing? You already know the answer, David.
don't know what to say on this one, man. I mean,
What's some of the problems? Rat, you got it. If there's no snakes, overpopulation of rats, brother.
are we bringing up the first one now?
Yeah, let's bring up the first topic. Let's bring up the first topic, man.
Would I do this? Yes, I would. You guys
Now
can hate
let's.
me for it, but I would do it. I'm just saying it now. I would do
I,
it. You
I
can
would
hate
too
me.
in a fucking heartbeat. Now let's read this topic. Now this is everywhere. You can read this. This is Googleable. This is everywhere. So in New York City will pay $120,000 a year to become the face of rat extermination. Now let's go to the next one because I want to read about it. New York City is ready to get serious about its rat problem. In an effort to curb the rat population, the city is willing to shell out major money to hire someone for a new job, and New Yorkers are encouraged to apply. The title is Director of Rodent Mitigation, and the lucky new hire will become the official face of New York City's battle against the city on rats. Mayor Eric Adams signed the new legislation dubbing the Rat Action Plan in November to expand the vermin mitigation efforts. There's nothing more than I hate them rats, Adams said in a statement. Getting our city clean and ridding the streets of filthy creatures are our key to recovery. Now listen to this. The appealing salary ranges from 120,000 to 170,000, and there's only a few eligibility requirements. First and foremost, you got to be a New York City resident and have a bachelor's degree. Why do you need a bachelor's degree to kill a rat? That's crazy. Along with a few years of professional experience. Now let's go to the next. Is there another one?
There is one more.
Now I want to read this, and I Googled it just to see if it was real or not. So I Googled New York hires rat guy, and this literally came up. Technically, they're called a director of rodent mitigation. The new employee will, again, I've already read that, will be paid between 120 to 170,000 and will be expected to keep the city's rats in check and on notice. It's apparently a 24/7 job requiring stamina and stagecraft, and you can apply for the position right here. And let's take that down. Let's talk about that. We in the reptile hobby. Now, David, first, you give me your take on this. How would you get rid of all the rats? And second off, first, how would you get rid of all the rats? And second off, is this a story that you, Stark, could show the FWC like, look, if there's no snakes, we could be the next New York City. Go ahead and go. Boom.
I would honestly, I'd do it. Once again, I said I would. I'd do it. You, I don't know. I think it's a smart move. It's not something you want to feed your snake. It's a wild rat. So I mean, I want to catch. I need to feed my shit, but I'd definitely do it. Fuck yeah.
But how? What would you do? Give me your game plan. Because I got a game plan. Give me your game plan. What would you do?
I'm able to use a gun or just pike them, whatever one you try
Now
to
see,
snipe them with a 22.
now David, BPL, this is what I would do. If they say, Derek, we give you 170,000, I say, baby, we moving to New York. I'd call up Chandler. Not necessarily Chandler. I won't bother Chandler. He's a big dog down there. I'll call up, and I ain't gonna lie. I know we don't really want them hunting snakes or whatever. But listen, I'd call up. Not enough money for the job. It'd have to be at least 250 because of the price of living and crime rate. I don't know. I could make 170,000 work. That's just everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But this is what I would do, PPL. I'd call up. I'd say, give me 5 of them. Give me 5 of those snake trappers. Bring me 5 invasive Burmese, and I'd let them go hunt in the city and go crazy.
For New York gets too cold in the winter.
Well,
It
shit,
would never.
just bring them up there, let them eat, and then take them back. Shit, I don't know. How would you do it?
Once again, if I'm able to use a gun, I just
You, but see,
like little
hopefully you
22.
have a team because you're the director, you're the figurehead, you're the office person. You wouldn't hire like a team of people to go out and catch them.
I kind of fix the contract though. If they gave me the job, I'd be like, listen, I want like $5 a rat, and we'll bring back all the rats that we killed.
$5 a rat?
That's not bad. Imagine just finding like 10,000 fucking rats. You know what I'm saying? And how fast they repopulate anyway. Like, not to sound like an asshole, but yeah, I do that job. Hell yeah.
You know, now that you said it, I don't know if I do it. I don't know if I do it because you'd be out of a job if you could. I wonder how long you think they'd give you to try and get the vermin population down.
Well, I
I'd
mean,
have to say, give me 2-3 years,
it's
guaranteed.
not going to happen overnight.
I you'd have to give me a contract of at least 3 years guaranteed salary, and then I'd come up with a plan. I'd like it to be like a reptile plan because we in the reptile hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever caught a rat in your house?
I have a few that escaped.
No, I caught a wild one in my house before. This was years.
No, not wild.
This was years ago. I remember me and my wife. We were living in a townhome, and she kept swearing she would hear some squeaks, and she only heard it in the kitchen. So one day, I think I was down there, and I seen something shoot past my foot. Scared the fuck out of me. But I remember we ended up finding the little hole where it was coming in and out at. And one day we threw like, yeah. Could we do that? That's actually a good idea. The mink man. That'd be a good idea. Hire the mink dude to go down there and hunt rats.
I'd do it though. Fuck yeah.
Or would you get your own minks to do it?
Fuck no, I'd want to do it.
So you wouldn't be the office. You wouldn't fuck being a figurehead. You in the field with your workers.
Fucking A.
I love it, man. I love it. I don't know. That's a tough job. Like I said, I remember I caught one in my house one time. It was tough. Even a little baby one. I was throwing pillows on the ground, covers on the ground, trying to catch. It was tough. It was hard. It wasn't easy. But we ended up catching it and letting it go. So great, definitely a fun topic, man. Let's.
I would totally do it though.
Would you do it?
I would.
Well, okay. Now Iron Dog said he won't. I think he said 250. You wouldn't take the 170?
I'd take the 170.
I think I would too. 106 figures, shit. I don't need nothing extravagant. Give me a couple years doing it, I'll be good. But
Derek, you don't. This next one, it's gonna. How I already feel. So.
Yeah, I know Iron Dog. I know it'd be a long time job, but now before we talk about it, like, do you think? Now you didn't answer the question. Do you think that this is a story that USAR could show the FWC to say, look, no snakes, we could be the next New York City, overrun by rodents?
That's very capable, especially, I mean, you got to look at it like this. Mice and rats are found everywhere. It's probably a good thing that Florida has that much population of reptiles that'll eat rodents and stuff. Like, New York doesn't really have that wildlife out there. It's too cold in the winter. Not saying there's no reptiles there in general, but like, you're not gonna see, I'm saying, like a Burmese just chilling in the middle of the winter, fucking, unless it just recently got out or something. But like, yeah,
I agree. I think it'd be fun. I do think that it's a good story. I think that it definitely. I don't think that it got the amount of light that it needed. I think that we could have definitely used it to say, like, look, these snakes, they serve a purpose. Whether we keep them or not, we still need them. We need to really stop exterminating them and just let them be. But let's go ahead and jump into the next topic, man. And before we pull it up, let's get a little background on it, man. So we talked about Dingo a couple shows back and how he placed his son in danger by putting him in a pool with like hundreds of baby crocodiles, and it was for views. I believe he got like 90 million views, 100,000 likes, I believe, off the video. I don't know. But I'm going to bring up a picture, and I'm going to get your idea on it, BPO. You tell me how you feel about it, and I'll talk about it after you. Now, we all know Dingo Dinkelman. He's a social media, a superstar. He's a star. He got hundreds of thousands of followers. He's building an Instagram, Facebook, all that good shit, YouTube. He's building a following. But I've been noticing a trend. And if you look at his Instagram, he likes to put his kids with his animals a lot. So my question to you, BPL, is this good for the hobby? Remember, you said, I believe his age was 9 years old, swimming with an adult retic. Is this safe? Is this good? Is this positive? What do you think about this? And also, before you talk, I want you to show the next screen too. What he got out of it was approximately 8,000 likes and 153 views. So for 153,000 views, do you think it's worth it to let your 9-year-old child swim with an adult retic? How do you feel about it?
I think it's fucking. Oh my god. Okay.
Or you can take that down.
I honestly believe BPL and Derek would be willing to get rid of the reptiles for that job. Get rid of your.
No?
Anyway, I think it's fucking retarded.
Now, why? Why do you think it's retarded? Elaborate.
I understand that's probably a pet Burmese they had, dingoes had for a long time, probably knows the temperament and all that. But if anything goes south, I'm sorry. And tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but being a kid, yeah, I mean, your risk of injury is like way like you could break your bones easier. I mean, of course, once you get older, that happens when you fall, blah blah blah. But still, I mean, if anything would have went south, is it really that cool of a picture? Like, honestly, so I want to bring this picture back up one more time, and I want to explain this too, and I want everyone to realize what I'm seeing.
Yeah, give me your honest
It
opinion.
go if he slips in and that retic thinks something's happening, and he goes in the deep end. Don't you guys think that it'd be a good shot, like for the retic to probably constrict, knowing like something maybe just startled it, or you know what I'm saying? And like to do that is, I disagree. I don't like it. I think it's trash.
I agree with you, VP. And I'm going to disagree with Iron Dog. I'm not saying that you can't have your snake in your home with your child. This is in a pool, though, in the water, to where something happens. You have to run over there, jump in. And this is just our opinion. Nobody's right or wrong. But for me, being a parent, there's no way I'm putting my son in a pool with a adult retic. Because for one, animals are animals. It could be the tamest animal. But what happens if that retic turns around and bites his son in the face? I've seen, videos of retic bites, and some are gnarly. Some need stitches. If it gets the right hold, all it takes is a couple teeth from that retic's mouth to put his son's eye out. So I'm not necessarily saying you can't, let your kids enjoy your bigger snakes. I think that I would prefer, if I was gonna do it, for me to be a little closer, maybe even standing literally right there. So if I see something wrong, I could grab the snake. I don't know if that makes sense. But, we're not necessarily talking about that. We're in a sense of this picture. What frustrates me is it's for likes and views. Okay. He didn't say, he didn't put this on his, I'm just doing this just because I want my son. It's specifically for likes and views. So if you ask me, Derek, would you put your son safety at risk for 153,000 views? The answer is no, because like I said, this is a snake and a child in a pool of water. I'm not saying that he can't do it and be safe, but all it takes is just that one time that snake's in a bad mood, and it literally grabs that kid's face. I mean, because bring that picture up, BPO. I agree. I agree. Reptiles. It's not even I wouldn't even think about the drowning part. For me, it's more of this snake. It's not even what I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 feet from this kid's face, and I believe, like I said, it's
Well, okay, hold on. Like the snake, see, this is where I mean I agree, but I don't. So like him being with his kid there, and the snake being not aggressive and away, even if the head's around his face and all that, like that doesn't bother me. Like that's just a snake being a snake, but in the water is what bothers me
water.
because if he gets, he slips in, he goes in the deeper end, blah blah blah. You don't know what's going to happen from there. I mean, we could all predict and say our thoughts, and could be, but
But
at the
but
end of
but
the
my thing though, BPL, is, are the views worth your kid's safety? Look how close that
but
snake
but,
face
but
is.
I do have to say this about Dingo. that's probably once again one of the ones he's had for a very long time that he pretty much knows the temperament. He spent a lot of time with the snake, so like I don't think he would allow his son to go in one where the retic is actually aggressive towards him. I
Okay.
mean,
So you kind of going back. You think it's a good thing then?
I say it was a good thing because a lot of people that see this that aren't into reptiles, they're gonna be like, "That's fucking wrong. That's stupid."
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to think Dingo's been in reptiles for how long? He deals with venomous lizards, snakes. I mean,
Even still,
I can't.
now I got to interrupt you, BPL. Even still, you know your snakes, but do your snakes ever have a bad day? Be honest.
Sometimes I have a bad day, and then I just leave them alone, and the next day I pick them up. But I don't think if that one was having a bad day, because you would know almost instantly. And once you open their enclosure, like if it's pissed off or not, like the hissing or the ready to strike, whatever, fucking blah blah blah. He
Robbie
had the snake out for a little while.
Robbie said it too. He said that kid is so little that snake could easily think it's food. I agree. I definitely agree. I think that kid is too small. Um, I think, like I said, at the end of the day, for views, whether you know the snake or not, I still think a retic's bite is too bad for a 9-year-old. I don't, everybody has their opinion, but at the end of the day, there's no way I'm letting my 9-year-old play with a retic, especially in the
See,
water.
I kind of disagree though. I am kind of on that fence where Dingo has spent time with the snake. It's not like he just pulled it out, threw it on his son, and was like, "Hey, let me get a quick photo." Like
Right?
the snake
Oh,
has obviously been out there for a couple hours,
so we
and
got
I can't
different.
hate it.
We all got different opinions in the comments. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's because we've seen it before. Like I said, I think it's bad because I've seen it. Now, what's next? You know what I mean? What is he gonna do next? What is he gonna put his son with next? We've seen him put his son with crocodiles. We've seen him put his son with retics. I'm seeing a pattern. Like what? That's all I'm saying. I think that he's got to be a little more aware with his child's safety. You know what I mean?
I get it. I mean, near the water once again, that's where I do agree. But like, um, with his knowledge and spending time with that personal snake, like, pretty sure he knew what was going to happen if something was going to happen.
Right. Have you ever thought about letting your son go swim? Have you ever thought about letting your kids swim with your snake? Your a retic if you had it?
Depending on the size of the retake, and once again, if it's a I learned this from Iron Dog. If it's a male during breeding season, it's usually an asshole. It likes to bite. So no. But if I had a female and she was calm all fucking year round, and I knew her temperament from a hatchling all the way till she grew full, then most likely I would let my kids go in like a 2 foot pool though. It wouldn't be no fucking
Would
9.5 fucking feet over there.
Would you personally ever go swimming with one of Jay Brewer's snakes?
I probably would. I probably would. I'd be like, you choose whatever one you want. Let's go.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I love it, man. This is a great show, man. Again, everybody in the comments, we appreciate you being here. Great, great, great show where we talk about just a lot of stuff going on in the hobby, man. And Florida is the focal point, and I get it, because of the invasive species. Why do you think Florida is getting attacked so much, BPL?
Because of the invasive species. They're worried about the Burmese. They're worried about the green basilisks that I have. They're invasive there too. Just everything in general. So like, your little toy Chihuahua doesn't make it home one day. There's a good chance they got ate by a Burmese. You know,
Right. It it's sad, man. Is as
or
I
maybe
see
a gator.
it's sad as I watch these new laws. They unfold, and every time I look up, I'm seeing Florida in the news. Oh, you can't breed these kind of turtles. You can't keep this kind of snake. You can't keep this. And I was watching the TV the other day, and I actually seen this thing pop up. So let's talk about this. Let's show the next story.
Might just close those re-comments.
Yeah, let's talk about the FWC, man. And let me get your ID on this, man. Now, in Florida, the FWC wants to increase venomous reptile penalties. And now this is a legislative proposal, meaning this is something that they want to do. And now let's go to the next one, and I'm gonna read it. The FWC is going after venomous keepers by increasing penalties for violations to felony level, meaning if they catch you doing anything, it's no longer a misdemeanor. It's a felony. So if you're in Florida, you're walking along. Now read this. Now read this. I can't read this. Only for illegal sales, minor caging, or inventory violations. The FWC has indicated that it is illegal for an unlicensed person to rescue a venomous snake off the road. Will felony penalties apply to them? Unfortunately, we don't know because the FWC has not provided specific language for the proposal. Venomous reptile keepers are the must document extensive experience and meet stringent caging requirements to be licensed. A few years ago, reptile keepers, including some USARK Florida board members, were able to collaborate with FWC and work out a new regulatory system with venomous keepers that when they came under attack. The FWC has failed to demonstrate a wild scale problem that justifies a drastic change to the current system. So in a nutshell, if they catch you doing something, it's no longer a slap on the wrist. It's a felony. And to do this, go to the next page. To do this, they wanted to get money. And it says for what they call a strategic initiative support, the FWC is seeking more than $16.9 million for 41 full-time employees for the new enhanced laws, support, and patrol and stuff like that. There's also $850,000 for 3 employees to deal with gopher, tortoise, recent captive. They ask for a lot of fucking money, basically. Expecting funding is split between 53 million and in a nutshell, they're asking for millions of dollars to do this. So give me your take on this, BPL. They're going after venomous keepers. Now, you're not a venomous keeper, but how do you feel about that? Like, if they catch you doing shit, they haven't actually I can't say it, specified, but if they see you doing some shit, you're liable to catch a felony.
That's fucked up. I think getting a felony over owning some venomous snakes is a stupid fucking law. It's I want to say like there's a great chance it's not going to pass. Um, I don't see why there would be a felony charge if you're having venomous and you already had venomous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's see,
selling venomous snakes without a license to sell. I mean, I don't think it's a felony. I don't even think it's a misdemeanor, in my opinion. I think it's more like, okay, just say, go get your license. You sell these, do it the right way. I guess that's how I feel about it. Like, for them to do a felony charge on this shit is retarded.
I see what they're trying to do. I get that, you could say that, oh, well, they don't want people to get bit, or they don't want, for instance, if going to rescue something across the road, then you get bit and you report it and you catch a felony. It could be, I guess. Do you think they're doing it to try and keep people from getting bit, or why do you think they're doing it?
I mean, there's honestly, any snake's able to escape. That's how I see it. So, and especially, cobras being notorious for escaping. I mean, I don't know. I don't want. See,
It's such a touchy subject, but it's just like it's so many things when you're dealing with venomous snakes, down from caging, educational shows, your venomous room. I believe in Florida they got to have a room that's non-snake escape proof or whatever. It's so much shit that they watch and that they expect from you, and to see them wanting to push a law saying that, hey, if we catch you, if we come to your room, your home, and you're not necessarily escape proof, you can have a felony. I think it's bad. I mean, I think it's good that you want to enforce your laws, but I think felony is to the extreme. I like to now. I wouldn't mind saying like, hey, well, if we catch you and you're not, necessarily doing shit that's, that we want you to do, you might get a fine. But I think felony is bad because felonies, that's jail time, ain't it?
yeah, no, felony's prison time.
That's what I thought. I don't know. It's crazy. Stan said it's only one guy on the board of FWC who is an asshole. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's well, as I sit back and I see these laws, it's like, one of my dreams was to move to Florida, but now it's just like, fuck this, fuck that. I'd rather just sit back. You know what I mean? Because they're coming down on everybody in Florida.
So if I move, so if I move to Florida right now, I have two green basilisks. That's invasive in Florida.
And see, they probably slap you with a felony, bro.
Probably.
Where do you see, if they keep going down this road, where do you see Florida in the next 5 years?
It could be very south. I think that there's a good chance they even if it keeps going the way it is, and these laws all eventually do pass. I mean, not to put this in a bad way, but you better watch out. And Tyler Nolan and fucking his friend over there, fucking I can't remember at the moment. Um, because if they keep getting more and more strict on the laws, then eventually they're just going to say if you have these animals, you must, turn them over. Some people, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not saying Tyler Nolan, yay, but I'm just saying for other people maybe out there, they're not going to be willing to give up their snakes like that. Some of them might give you a problem and give you a run for your fucking money, if not hurt you bad.
Right.
Maybe.
For me too, like for me, the future of Florida is grim. It's like, I get that they'll probably grandfather a lot of people in. I get that if you have licenses, they probably won't fuck with you. But I see that in the future, I don't even think, for me, in 5 years, I don't even think that you'll be able to buy a ball python in Florida unless you know somebody selling them on the black market, because they are whooping Florida's ass, man. It's sad. It's definitely sad, man. So definitely a great topic. If you're not keeping up with them, just keep watching what's going on in Florida, and definitely support USART. I don't know, man. Everybody in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all for being here. Look, Lecca in the building, man. What's up, Lecca? Lecca said Kansas over
Oh
Florida.
yeah.
Hey, I'm Kansas all the way, baby. I need to link up with Lecca. What part of Kansas you in, Lecca? Now the next subject, man, is kind of sad, man, because before we bring this up, I hate to see anybody going bad. And actually, before we even talk about this, shout out to Rodriguez Reptiles, man. Y'all make sure y'all go give him some love, some inboxes. I couldn't imagine. I'm a dad, and seeing a kid with cancer, really anybody with cancer. I should say anybody with cancer, but especially a kid, it's sad. And to, I don't want to put his business out there, but just go check on him. See if he needs anything. Matter of fact, after this live, I'm gonna go and message him again and just check on him, man, because seeing somebody dealing with cancer, that shit is hard, man. So shout out to Rodriguez Reptiles, man.
Fucking man.
Everybody, Rodriguez strong, man. Now let's talk about the next subject. It's kind of sad, man, but I think it's a good example, and I definitely want to touch basis on it. And it has to do with live feedings. Now, I love Gator Pool Gators. Bring up Gator Pool. Gator Pool Gators. If you haven't, I've already done it. Said subscribe. I sent this to BPL. Gator Pool Gators. Channel gone. Just gone. People hated on them, complained about them. The haters finally won. So if you got time, make sure you go subscribe to Gator Pool Gators. He had a channel that had over 130,000 subscribers. Now let's take that down. And to see all that work go away, right here, it says right here, yeah, bro. He talked about it. People were like, what happened? What happened? What happened? He said it was a petition with about 30,000 signatures, all misinformation, all information that got him taken down. And it's sad, because he does live feedings. I get it. Everybody might not like live feedings. Some do. And I want to talk about that because, when I was coming into this community, I started doing live feedings. It was something that I enjoy watching. I'm not a bad person. I like watching my snake eat. I like watching my snake crawl. I like watching my snake go in his hideout. I like watching my snake do everything. And I met Iron Dog in my animal house. And these were two live feeding channels. And anytime I had a question, I could reach out to him. And it would give me the knowledge. I used to talk in my videos. And this was this is information that I'll give anybody, even BPL. If you do live feedings, this was information told to me by My Animal House and Iron Dog. It says, do them silent. If you go to my channel, every single one I'm silent in, because we belong to a part of the community that, it's taboo. You will get reported. And after being reported so many times, it triggers, YouTube to do a person to look at your channel. And if they see, if the person trigger that, and a person YouTube that does that manual review of your channel, if they look at your video and they deem you glorifying it, and it doesn't, and perception is everything. You might think you're not glorifying it, but if they say, you know what, no offense to you, BPL, but if they say, well, BPL did a live feed and he said, got that shit, they could easily just demonetize you or take your channel away. So if you're watching this, I urge you, if you do live feedings, do them silently, because it might not happen now. Just like Gator Pool Gators. I don't know how long he was on YouTube, but I love Gator Pool Gators. But he did talk in his videos. He didn't necessarily talk in a malicious way, but he'd be like, Gator Pool Gators. Ha, I'm about to throw a chicken to my Gator bully. Ha ha. And he'd throw it in there. But somebody at YouTube, anybody, shout out to Ross Reptiles. He has went through it. They might not necessarily take your channel away, but you can go to that process of them saying, you know what, he's glorifying live feedings, we'll demonetize him for a while. And then you have to go through and delete all the videos of you talking, and then you have to reapply to be monetized. It's such a headache. So understand, if you are part of the live feeding community, you cannot do live feedings and talk. It's just best to follow what My Animal House and Iron Dog said. So how do you feel about it? My question to you is, how do you feel about that? Seeing somebody that put that work in, they had a channel with 130,000 subscribers snatched away from them.
Okay, so let me say this. I think just adding this in there as well, might as well. I think I was the first one in the community to have Gator Pool Gators on the live stream. For him to lose his channel over talking during the video, I think is very pathetic. I really agree with the Reptiles. If you don't like it, don't watch it. You ain't got to report everything you fucking see that you don't like. Because if it bothers you that fucking much, maybe you should go look at yourself, you fucking snowflake. That's how I feel about it. But at the same time, he's restarting. It is what it is. But at the same time, he still has 100,000 plaque that no one could ever take from him because he's proven that he's done it. I say congratulations to him. I'm sorry he lost his channel though, but you cannot take away that 100,000 plaque. And if he hits it again, shit, more power to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. When I say got that shit, it's not to glorify the rat. I don't care if that's how you feel about it and that's how you see it. It's my snake. I said got that shit, not like, hey, yay, the rat died. Like, I breed them. I'll say it again. I breed them for feeding purposes only. They are not pets. I take care of them enough to keep them alive and all that shit, but I have no feelings for them. They're only meant for food. So when I say got that shit, or he's like Gator Pool Gators, or he'll be like crap. Like,
yeah, cranky. Or how Roz, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but Roz will do the same thing. Chomp. And Roz hasn't lost his channel, and I don't want to put his business out there, but just that headache of, if you work towards being monetized and them to take it away and have to reapply and hope that it's just a headache. So do you think you're still gonna say got that shit, even though there is a possibility that you could put all this work in to get monetized and them snatch it right away?
yes, because I look at it like this. It's been a journey for me to even hit 1,000. I'm close there, but I'm not there yet. But I think it'll be even faster once I start the new channel. Because then if that's all it is, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna be me on the live streams. Like, they can't stop me there. You might be like, oh, your content video, you're a piece of shit. You're saying got that shit. Oh my god, like you have no soul. You're probably going to hell. You don't believe in Jesus. You're damn right I don't believe in Jesus. I don't go to fucking church. My church is fucking watching football on Sunday, having some beer and smoking some weed. That's my fucking church.
Right.
Um, I think if once again, I'm with you, reptiles. If you don't like what the fuck you're watching, don't fucking watch it. Like simple as that. Quit bagging on these other channels that do it because that's what they like to do, or that's what they have for content only. Because not everybody wants to put out an education video that's not going to get that many fucking views.
Man.
Okay, so might as well try to go viral off a feeding video.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I definitely, like I said, this my advice to anyone, and I'm not taking anything from BPL. He could say got that shit. That's his prerogative. But like I said, if you're wanting to grow, my best advice is to take my Animal House advice, take Iron Dog's advice. If you are gonna do live feedings, be silent because, like I said, I get comments all the time on my videos. I'm gonna report you. I've never been demonetized, not even once. I've never had people do well, I don't know if they've done it, but because in all my videos, I have follow YouTube's guidelines. That's what's going to save you. I think I've had them. The only thing I really ever had them do was take my green dollar sign and make it yellow to where I could have limited ads. And I fought it one time and I won. The only thing that I recommend to you is if you do live feedings, put the warning on your thumbnail, put put the warning in your title, and also be silent because as long as you follow their rules, you don't glorify it, you don't seem excited, they can't mess with you. So my hats off to Gator Poo Gators. I think that everybody, when you leave here, go put them on your community tab. Let's get them back up to 1,000 if we can. Share him out there. Let's get him his subscribers. He's a part of this community. He's shared us out. He shared me out multiple times when I've done podcasts with him. So I think after I get off this, and well, I'm at work, but once I get home and settled in, I'm putting him on my community tab because that's the least I can do to support him. I believe he deserves the subscribers, and it's such a sad thing to see. So shout out to Gator Pool Gators, man. Let's see what everybody's
I
talking.
See, I once again I disagree. I think you should be able to be your own content creator, your own YouTube person, like how you do content. Like
Yeah,
that's just how I feel about it. So for you to tell me, not saying you and personally, but
yeah.
like for anyone to say, like, dude, you shouldn't talk during your videos. You shouldn't say got that shit. You shouldn't say this and that, or you shouldn't like do commentary.
Oh no, you have your prerogative. Do it. Do what makes you happy, B. That's what I'm saying. Do what makes you happy. But for me, it's just at the end of the day, I'm trying to get that 100K. And it's I don't want to. You don't want to give them any. That's all I'm saying. You don't want to give them any reason to fuck with you. You know what I mean? It's like if you're in a classroom, your teacher. You don't want to talk. It's gonna make the teacher look at you. You don't want to give that teacher any reason to look at you. So it's sad, but shout out to him, man. So go share him out as much as you can. I'm gonna share him out at least 2 or 3 times tonight, and hit him up, check on him because, like I said, that shit is heartbreaking. I couldn't imagine it. Now let's talk about the next subject. This kind of fell in my lap, and I'm gonna get your opinion on it. Before we start, let's see what everybody's in the chat doing. Much love to everybody, man.
What's up, live fading, solo butterfly, Robbie S,
Live
Iron Dog Reptiles,
solo, everybody in the chat,
live
man.
Peter Messmore.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys being here. Sorry we missed last week. That was my fault. I was doing something on my podcast. So, but again, we're back. We should be going next week, and this is the place where we talk about everything, man. The good, the bad, the ugly, man. How's everybody liking the show, man? If y'all could drop us a comment, man. How y'all liking the show? I'll get your opinion.
You guys like it? You guys hate it? You guys want to see more? You want to see less?
How you liking the show, BPO, man?
Fucking love it.
How you think we doing, dog?
I think we're doing great. Waiting for some of the people in the chat though to
Hey,
comment.
I feel like
David, Derek, bro, match, much love. Hell yeah.
much love. I love that. I appreciate that. This is the place where we talk about everything, man. Ultimately, man, we trying to become the ESPN of reptiles. That round table where we talk about everything.
It's gonna be good, bad, ugly, beautiful, amazing. Can't believe it. Wow, stunning.
Bad to ugly. Shout out to Brian over there at Samson's. What's that channel? Samson Snakeatorium, or shout out to Brian. Y'all know who Brian is. Anyways, let's talk about the next subject because I got to get back to work, man. This kind of fell on my lap. I'm kind of curious. What do you feel about this, BPL? Drop that first thing. So I was looking at someone sent me, and if we all support USART, and someone sent me their financials. So I'm kind
What, this one?
No, the USARK one.
Oh, nope. Sorry. Oh, oh.
No, the other one. You can't really see it because it's so small, but I know what it says. Not that one, the next one. So you start post a lot of their, and this isn't a slight towards them. I'm just kind of curious to how you feel. What's your thoughts on it? If you go to usark.com, they post a lot of their financials, and they have them up to about 2020. They don't have 21 or 22, but I was reading them, and I thought this was interesting, and I wanted to get your take on it. And again, I don't want 400 messages. Derek, fuck you. You don't like USARK. No, that's not what I'm saying. We're just talking about it. So 2020. This was their income. You can't see it. I wonder, could you zoom in on that?
No, I can't.
Well, it says, I want to say it says like 360,000 for the year of 2020. It says it like right there on that line. Now go to the next page. And this is all on their website. The first name on this report is Phil Goss. And I looked at it. It says he reported, which he probably works more, but for his tax return, what he reported was 40 hours a week, and his salary was $100,000. Now, keep in mind, they only made 360, and his salary was 100,000. Do you think he needs more? Do you think he needs less? Do you think there's stuff that we can look at? Win, loss total. How do you feel about him having a salary of 100,000?
I think that's 2020. He's probably making more now, and good for him. He's defending all of us that have reptiles. But this is just to put in perspective. You can make more killing rats in New York.
That's funny. That is funny. That is true. That is true. I agree. So you said he could make more.
Because that was 2020. You know, it is still 2022. I want to say maybe he's at like $125,000 a year.
Now this is for me, and this is for anybody making 100,000. I think that is awesome that he makes a great salary, but for me, when you're upwards of six figures, how do I word this? It's kind of like Patrick Mahomes, 500,000. 500 million, which I know it's a big difference, but how do we grade them? Do we look at wins, losses? You don't think you should judge anything with him getting that salary?
No, I think he. Okay. I want to be honest.
Do you pay somebody 100,000 if they consistently lose? And I'm not saying he's losing.
Well, yeah. Can you give me a better representative?
I didn't ask that. That's not what I asked. I said if someone loses quite a bit, do you still give them 100,000, or do you feel like there should be any stipulations with it? It's just questions. You thinking too hard.
No, I honestly believe. Yeah, you can't win every battle, and the government's going to have their fucking say in it regardless. But he's the face, pretty much. Like for him to make 100,000, like, dude, do I think he's underpaid? No. Do I think he's overpaid? No. Do I think he deserves more? Slightly. The total was $368,000. He took $100,000. That left $268,000 left. So he took less than 33%. He took probably around 28% of the money.
So now let me flip it. I want to play devil's advocate. Red Cross was in the news. And I ain't gave my take on it yet. I want to flip it though. Red Cross was in the, I don't know if it was Red Cross or whatever, but the motherfuckers that be outside of Walmart, dinging the bell, ding, 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 please give us money. Please give us money. Give me, hey, look at me. Put a quarter in the red tub. So why do you think they were in the news? Why do you think they were in the news when after everybody found out the CEO made hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Okay, but what was their original profit?
I don't know. That ain't what I asked. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's just say they made 50 million and he took 800,000. Do you think that's a bad move? No, I think that he deserves it.
That's not what I asked. Anybody in the comments, because David is avoiding my question. Why
What's
was
your
Red
question?
Why was Red Cross in the news? You know, they give us money, give us money, give us money. We found out the Red Cross CEO made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and people got pissed. Why?
Okay, but once again, if you're a CEO and you're avoiding my question, how are you not supposed to
Yes,
make that kind of money?
yes, Salvation Army. Yes, the Salvation Army. Exactly. So that's my question. Why was everybody pissed? See how people are getting pissed in the comments when I mentioned the Salvation Army?
I don't know why. I don't know. Like, this has nothing to do with reptiles. You're asking me something different. We started with
No, I'm not. I'm asking you the same thing. I just said I'm playing devil's advocate. You said you're for. Listen, you said you're for him. Hey, give us money, and I'm taking 100,000. Okay, I'm good with that. But why do you now? I said flip it. Why do you think the Salvation Army give us money, give us money, give us money, and everybody got pissed that the CEO was making hundreds of thousands of dollars?
well, because everyone kept giving. Fuck the Red Cross. Let me just say that. Um,
I don't know.
it is.
I'll give you my take on it. I think that he definitely deserves a great salary because he does great work. But for me, I'm very business minded. I don't care who you are. It has nothing to do with you, Sark. I don't care who you are. If I'm giving anybody $100,000, I'm not gonna lie. I want to see. It's got to be some kind of contract, some kind of wins, losses. It's got to be something there that I can monitor why you're worth that $100,000. You know,
Once
I mean any company, not, and I'm not talking about you, Sark. I mean any company. The CEO, I feel like any CEO. I feel like if the fucking CEO of the company I work for, if I was able to find out how much he made, and I was like, oh, well, you're making $1 million, why? Why? Not the Red Cross. You know what I'm talking about? Salvation Army. I'm when you're starting to talk about hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s, that's a lot of money. So, like I said, I think he's
okay,
doing
okay,
great work.
okay. But once again, if you're saying 400,000 is too much money for one person to make, but the company is making like 10 million, you don't think him being the main owner, the CEO, and everything, like he's not going to make the most money out of everybody?
That ain't what I said. I said the company and my company. You talking about my company?
Well, if it's your company, who's making all those fucking $100,000 a year? It'd be
I
you.
CEO. I said anybody in a CEO or a big position. I feel like it has to be something there that tells me why are you worth this money. Do you disagree?
Well, I mean, you got to have some qualifications. It's not some like dude you just picked up off the fucking street and been like, "Yo, you're the doctor of the week." No, like what? No.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't know. I think that the USART, I think they do great work. I think that he's making 2020 was an amazing year for field goals. He made great money. I think that he deserves more, but like I said, I feel like that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to just be like, I can't just say, you know, and I'm not talking about golf. I'm just saying in general to anybody to hand over this money and not be like, well, what are the stipulations? What do you know? So I don't know. I think he's doing a great job. But I definitely, how do I say this? I would love to see more. I would love to see more, him going out and getting corporations like PetSmart. I would love to see, all these. I get it. We shit on PetSmart, but I would love to see him going and, Nerd, for instance, they shit on the vets. I think that was a bad move. Kevin shits on vets, but I think, the reptile community needs vets. I would love to see him reach out to the vets. I would love to see, not necessarily him, I mean, USARK in general. I would love to see USARK reach out to the vets. I would love to see USARK reach out to, bigger corporations with more money, because the more money we get, the more powerful we are. Does that make sense?
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I mean, this is what it comes down to. How many employees do you have too, right? Like how many people are you paying to keep your business going?
Right.
Um, I mean, there's more to it than what we're seeing, but do I think he's underpaid or overpaid? No, I think that for 2020 that was a decent. I didn't say great, decent salary, but
Yeah.
you know, good for him, man. I mean, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a bad way, fuck it, but like a good way. Like, he earned his money, and he's doing what he can in his power to protect what we have, even if we don't have that species of reptiles, but in reptiles in general. Plus, they do, if I'm right, USARC or USARC um, also protects gun rights and
Yeah.
laws.
I
So
I think I think he's doing good, but like I said, that is a lot of money. That is a lot. Maybe it's just because I don't make that. Maybe it's I don't make 100,000. So I don't know. I think it's a great salary. Um, I'm hoping that with that I this is my personal opinion. I do want to see more from you, Sark, because I don't want us to lose. So I want them to go next year. I want them to go even harder. That's just my opinion. I want them to go hard as fuck. Because if they don't, we're gonna ultimately lose, man. Florida's losing.
yeah, every day.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Is I don't have a problem, with him making $100,000, but next year go harder, because these donations from these reptile shows, they're great, but I think we need more. I agree, Iron Dog. I agree. So, anyways, well, this was an amazing show, big BPL man. Again, we're not slighting you, Sark. This ain't a diss towards them. We were just talking about it. 100,000 is 100,000. So, like I said, it's a great amount of money. But knowing that he makes 100,000, it excites me for next year because I can't wait to see what they got up their sleeve. You know what I mean? Or are they going to go harder? You know what I mean?
I think every year that it's a harder and stronger battle to go through for them.
Yeah.
I think that they kick ass next year and every year after that. And I
I
mean,
mean, nice.
Florida's on its own boat right now, I would say, because shit's probably going to get banned in Florida before it does everywhere else. But once it happens in Florida, the rest of us are pretty much fucked.
Right. All right, BPM man, I'll let you close the show. Great show, man. Next week we'll be back live with it. Some more topics.
So that's Derek's Reptiles over there. You guys probably already know it, Mr. fucking 20K. Um, I'm BPL. Till next time, you guys fucking rock. I'll see you guys in the next one.